Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie and this is Be a Free Spirit. So on this channel, I'll be doing weekly tarot and oracle card spreads and also just ones that I feel called to do. So today's is all about what you need to know right now. We have 3 piles of cards right here. So the first one is Rose Quartz. The second one is Moonstone. And the third one is Obsidian. So if you need help choosing a deck, the best way to go about it is to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. And when you open your eyes, you follow your intuition. For some people, when they open their eyes, whatever their eye is directed to, whatever pile they're directed to, that's your intuition telling you that what you need to know is in that pile. So whatever feels natural to you, but think about it as your gut instinct, your first instinct, that first initial thought that you have, that's your intuition. So take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes, and follow your intuition. So again, we have pile number 1 with the Rose Quartz, pile number 2 with the Moonstone, and pile number 3 with the Obsidian. All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we have this beautiful Rose Quartz heart, classic. We're gonna start with your tarot cards, and then I have a few different oracle decks that I've included. So starting off with your tarot cards, we have the 3 of Cups, we have the Page of Crystals, which also is the Page of Pentacles. And then finally, we have the Queen of Crystals, which is Pentacles as well. So 2 cards of Pentacles or Crystals is a really usually good sign, because Pentacles is all about wealth and all about abundance. It doesn't necessarily have to do with money. It's just about having an abundance of something in your life. So what you need to hear right now could have something to do with abundance. You also have the 3 of Cups here. So basically what this is saying is 3 of Cups talks all about abundance and talks about going in the right direction. So whatever plans that you've been working on or dreams that you've been starting to manifest, this is telling you that you're going in the right path. The Page of Crystals talks about starting to follow that path and starting to trust yourself. And that abundance is really the overall message right here, is that abundance is in your future, but it's going to be important that your dreams, you take practical planning with your dreams. That's what the Queen of Crystals talks about, is someone who really puts practical plans to their dreams and gets shit done. So that's something to think about with those, with your tarot cards. Let's get into your oracle cards and see what else they're kind of talking about here. So the first one we have is Starkeeper. So this one just talks about that you need to stay grounded. You're working on what really seems like a beautiful dream that's going to bring you so much abundance. And if that's the case, it's important to stay grounded. And I have some self-care cards that will hopefully give us a little bit more insight into how you can be grounded. But that's going to be really important, because these dreams that you have and these plans that are in action right now, they're really beautiful, but it takes a lot of energy and it's going to take a lot of time. And so making sure that you're going to stay grounded is going to be really essential for you. Yeah, there you go. Inner Earth. So talking about, there's some big beginnings like in the works for you. And so you'll survive what may feel like a shitty time right now. For a lot of the world and just in general could feel like it's a hard time. Just know that you're gonna get through it, and there's something really beautiful for you on the other side. And again, deep healing. So if you've never done some shadow work, I definitely think that could come in handy with getting into some deep healing that you need to do, because it seems that by grounding yourself and getting into maybe some shadow work or just into some different healing methods will really help you kind of find your grounding place. And then this one talks about going a little bit deeper. Exactly that, right? Like dig into your subconscious, dig into your intuition, start journaling, start doing things that are going to help you be grounded, because that's going to be really important for you. Let's see what your moon cards have to say. We actually had quite a few of these. So this one talks about looking at the bigger picture. So it sounds like you need to look a little bit deeper. And, you know, some of these cards are talking about that your dreams are beautiful and they're going in the right direction, but they need a practical plan. So you need to maybe look at some other avenues that you haven't been paying attention to. And that could take some time and you to heal from some things in order to continue looking a little bit deeper. But it's something that is being asked of you to look a little bit deeper. And pay attention that emotions are running high right now. And so it's okay to follow your dreams and to be passionate, but that passion needs to also be practical, because you want to build that abundance for you. You want to make it as successful as possible. So you need to make sure that you're working with your own emotions as well. If you deal with anything with self-doubt or fears, whatever your fears are, that could be where the shadow work really comes in handy. Start figuring out what you want and how you can accomplish it. Your dreams need a practical plan. So exactly, like you need to sit down and really piece apart what your dream is. How are you going to get there? Is there different stages? You need to think about all of these different things that will help you come up with a practical plan, whatever that is for you. It's gonna, whatever feels right for you, you're gonna know what to do. So just listen to your intuition. And believe in the impossible. Once in a blue moon, right? Because when you think about it, you have this beautiful dream and so much abundance coming for you. And so you need to believe that everything and anything is possible. So believe that your dreams are not just your wildest dreams, that they can become reality. But you need to put in the work of how are you going to get there in order to get that off the ground. And then this one talks about balancing spirituality and practicality. Take that how it resonates. Really, to me, it feels like it's a lot just about balance. It's a lot about balancing the workload that you're wanting to take on to make your dream come true with grounding. I think that's the balance that it's talking about here, because you need to make sure that you're staying grounded with all the busy stuff that you're going through. Are you serious? So, and then it's time to release negativity. Perfect. So I definitely recommend doing some shadow work, because if you do shadow work, you'll be able to really figure out what could be holding you back, what your fears are, what's stopping you from not moving forward full force with this dream, and release that negativity because it's holding you back. It's figure out what's no longer serving you, and whatever feels negative in your life, fill it with positivity, because it's only going to be better for you and help you with your healing and your grounding to surround yourself with positivity. So you had a lot of affirmation cards come out, which I really like, because these can be really good journal prompts or take it as it resonates. But you had quite a few. So the first one is limitless, right? Like you have no limitations. You can create the dream life that you're wanting. It just takes a little bit of practical planning. Yeah. Truth, right? Like walk your path and start believing that you can do amazing things. I have a feeling like you deal with self-doubt. And if that's the case, like you need to know that you are here to do something amazing. And you need to follow that passion. And there's so much in store for you, and you're going to do so many amazing things. But it's time to care about you for a little bit. Time to give yourself some love. Oh, and then love. So yeah, you know, you need to love yourself more. I think that's a big important thing that it's talking about right now, is love in general is so powerful, but really self-love and self-nourishment is something that is so invaluable that we really miss often. And then another one is balance. like we talked about, like, right, with this balance, spirituality, and practicality, this could resonate with you in different ways, so take it as it is. But it's just that balance in general, it's important to have always the opposite side of the coin. So if you're feeling like you're doubting yourself, then you need the balance of having things that make you feel like a badass, because you are. What you're manifesting and what you're dreaming about is right there and ready for you. And now is the time to follow it, you know, follow that passion, start planning it out. Don't wait. This is the answer that you're looking for, is stop waiting and ground yourself. Okay? Like, really ground yourself. That's amazing. Okay, so fine, you might be like, well, but how do I ground myself? Which is what I think a lot of people struggle with, is how do I actually take care of myself? What does self-care mean besides skincare? Besides whatever you see it as, self-care really comes in so many ways, and it's a really great way to ground yourself. There's tons of ways to ground yourself, but self-care is one that you can build into your everyday routine, so you make sure that you're always grounded. And these cards will tell you how. So the first one is chanting. So this talks about if you do any chakra meditation, if you ever have, it talks about doing those type of chants for all of your chakras. If you never have, this could be an opportunity to maybe look into that type of meditation. Or chanting can come in a lot of different forms. It could really even just be your own words, but it's meditation through some type of sound. So I think if that's something that really resonates with you, take it as it is. But chanting is something that you should focus on with your self-care. Another one is build strength. So again, this could be in so many different forms. This could be through the gym. This could be through, I mean, all kinds of different avenues, really. So however it resonates with you, you're being told that a self-care tool for you is building strength. Another one is sound healing. So there's tons of amazing videos on YouTube that have different hertz. So that can be really good for different types of healing, or sound bowls, right? Whatever calls to you, start following that, because sound healing is going to be amazing for you. So that can definitely make you feel grounded. So really pay attention to that and figure out how you can incorporate that. And then the last one we have is rest. It sounds like you've been dreaming crazy amounts, and you have this big dream that's right on the horizon for you. And so overall, what this message is saying is that your dreams are in the right direction, and everything that you want is going to happen for you. You just need to start building a self-love and self-care ritual so that you can make sure that you're consistently grounded, because staying grounded and building that skill in that time now will really help you in building this dream. So, you know, think about those ways that have come through as far as how you can do self-care, but also whatever calls to you, you need to just take care of yourself, rest, work on your self-love, work on your shadow self, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. The shadow self is actually a really beautiful thing. So pay attention to that. So overall, you know, this is your reading. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments down below if this resonated with you. All right, group number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful Moonstone. So first we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then I do have a few different oracle cards for you. So we'll get started with that. So the first card we have is 9 of Wands in reverse. The second card we have is King of Wands. The third card we have is 8 of Cups in reverse. And lastly, we have Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So, Okay, so let's figure it out here. So with the 9 of Wands in reverse. So what this card is telling me is that you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling like in the current moment, you just have so much on your plate that you don't even know how to deal with things. But this is a beautiful card. So this one talks about that your ideas are inspirational and so many people look up to you. And even if it doesn't feel like it, people are looking up to you. And so whatever idea that you've been thinking about lately, it's time to pursue it, because this is telling you that you have everything that you need. You have this amazing dream. You have this amazing idea. So follow it. Okay. So, but you might be feeling overwhelmed. So let's figure out what the 8 of Cups is saying. So what the 8 of Cups is saying in reverse is it's talking about that you need to make a decision. So it could relate to the idea that you've been having, or it could be other things in your life. You'll know what your intuition is needing to tell you. So, but you need to think of also some unresolved issues that have been going on in your life, because that could be why you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe there's some things that you really haven't let go of. You know, maybe it's also time to do some shadow work and really, you know, figure out what might be going on and what might be overwhelming you, and what might be have you feeling like you can't do things, you can't move forward to your dream. What is overwhelming you? What is holding you back? Let's see what the Ace of Swords has to say with it being in reverse. Okay, so what this is saying is that you definitely need to start doing some meditation, or just some, sorry if you hear rattling, that's my beautiful kitties. You need to do some deep healing, because it's something that you've really been neglecting. And I think it's something that will definitely help with this overwhelming feeling that you've been feeling, and figure out what is still holding you back, because something is definitely holding you back. This card talks about that you're not reaching your highest potential because you're doubting, you're worried, things are holding you back, and it's time to figure out what that is, because you have this idea, you have this dream, and you just feel so defeated all the time. So let's see what else your oracle cards have to say about this situation. Okay, so big picture thinking. So this card is just talking about that you have inspired ideas, right? Like you have really good ideas that people are going to be really drawn to, but you're not using your full potential. Yeah, look at that. You're being called, okay? So if you have ever been called to spirituality, now is the time to really start diving into what speaks to you, because right now the universe is asking you to step forward, to figure out what your dream is, and stop letting these things in the past hold you back, because you are not realizing the potential that you have. And you're being called to really step up and start answering your soul's call. And you need to surrender to the sweetness of life. Like this is a very important one, because again, like you feel overwhelmed, obviously, but it's important to still have fun and still have joy in life. Because even though you do have these big dreams, that doesn't mean that you don't take care of yourself and have fun. It's still okay to have fun and follow these dreams. It's important to enjoy what life can provide. So the universe is definitely telling you to have a little bit of fun while you're doing all of this other work that you have to do, because there's a lot of emotional work here that you're going to have to do. And so having fun and doing things that make you happy will be really important. So let's see what your moon cards have to say. Okay, exactly. So what do you need to release? So maybe think about doing like some shadow work. Shadow work can be really helpful, especially this time of year as we're letting things go, shedding things. This could be the perfect opportunity for you to do some shadow work and really figure out what is holding you back. Where do your fears come from? Why do you feel overwhelmed? Start figuring that out so that you can have a plan to move forward with what you want to do. So figure out what you need to release, because once you identify that, you can then begin the process of healing and moving forward. Okay. And then luck is on your side. The universe is here to support you. Okay. And that's what they're saying is you just need to ground yourself, and you need to figure out and heal from your past. And once you do, you're able to walk forward, and the universe is really going to be there to support you. Really, really, they want you to know that luck is on your side. Okay. So let's see what your affirmation cards have to say. So confidence. Okay. So you need to have confidence in your ideas, because your ideas are really good and people will listen. Okay. So you need to have confidence in your life that you can do great things, and also that things are going to change. Okay. The silver lining, always see the silver lining in things. You need to stay grounded. That's something that is really important, is when you're thinking about and forgiving these people through shadow work, a really important lesson is to have compassion, to have understanding. And so as you're figuring out the frustration in your life, look at it from a place of compassion and understanding. Okay. And then divine timing. So right now, the universe is telling you that this dreams and these ideas that you have can create so much abundance in your life. And you just need to work through your past. You need to work through your past ideas. You need to work through your limited beliefs. Whatever is holding you back, that's what you need to figure out. But once you do, the universe has got your back, because this is the time to do it. Okay. So these are your self-care cards. So this will tell you what you can do to ground yourself and how to provide more self-care as you're healing from this emotional work that you're going to be doing. Look for fairies. Okay. I want to look at the guidebook for this one, because this could mean some different things. So I just want to kind of get a little bit of a perspective real quick, if you don't mind. Okay. So that's what I was thinking, but I just wanted to be sure there wasn't some other messages that I wouldn't originally be thinking. So what this card is saying is connect to your childlike self, because when you're a child, you have a feeling like you can believe in stuff like fairies, right? It feels more realistic and it feels like it could be real. And so the universe is telling you to kind of bring back some of that childhood wonder. Whatever maybe sparks the child like qualities within you, do it, because having this mindset of looking for fairies, looking for magic, looking for this wonder is going to really help you. And maybe that is starting to dive into spirituality for you. That could make a lot of sense, because spirituality does bring a sense of wonder and magic, and that could be something that would help you connect to that imagination that you might have had as a kid. Another one is read. So take it as it resonates. This could be whatever it is. It doesn't have to be books. It could be you're listening to audiobooks, you're reading, self-help books. Whatever it is, you read, because you're gonna really figure things out through reading, and it will make you feel healed. So, look for things that are self-help books, but it might also be important to just have some things that you do for pure fun. If you like to read, have lots of those options available, because you don't always have to be learning. But if you are attracted to self-help books and learning, great. But just have varieties, because you don't need to feel like you're always learning all the time. It's important to ground yourself and have fun, right? And plan a vacation. Okay. So, with everything going on in the world right now, I know that can be kind of difficult, but maybe just look at the rest of the year as a way for you to heal, a way for you to do some of this shadow work. And then in the new year, maybe plan yourself a getaway, or maybe through reading, or maybe through the childlike wonder, you'll get an intuition feeling saying, I've always wanted to go to this place. And if that comes up, do it. You book it. If you have something in mind right now, when I say plan a vacation, then plan it. Again, follow your intuition, because you'll know when you know, and you'll know when you need to know. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please let me know down below, what resonated with you, kind of what your thoughts are with this reading, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I'm going to be moving on to the next group. All right, group 3, you chose the Obsidian. So we're going to start with your tarot cards, and then we will look at your oracle cards. So let's see what messages are for you. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Universe in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Swords. It's a lot of swords. Huh. All right, let's see what's going on. Let me see. Okay. So what the Queen of Swords is saying is you need to detach yourself from your fears and those fearful emotions, because you need to make a practical decision about something in your life. So let's see. Okay, so what the Queen of Cups is saying is to put a little bit more nurturing energy into some of your relationships. Might be a good time to actually review like all the relationships in your life and see what doesn't bring you joy or what doesn't bring you positivity, and the ones that you do, invest a lot of energy into them. Okay, so the Universe in reverse talks about that you're not reaching your fullest potential, and you need to maybe work through some things that are holding you back, right? Like with the Queen of Swords, it's don't let negative mindsets hold you back, because you have all this potential, but you're not using it all the way because you are doubting yourself, or you're having these negative thought patterns. So with the Four of Swords talks about feeling overwhelmed. It seems that, you feel really overwhelmed with everything that you have to do in your life. And so it's hard not to feel maybe some of the negative mindsets that sometimes you can get into with the self-doubt, because you just feel so burnt out all the time. Okay, you feel so burnt out all the time, and that makes sense, but you have all of this potential that you're not using. And so you really need to figure out what burns you out. Is it people? Is it a job? Is it a situation? Figure out, really dive into what burns you out, because you don't want that emotion to be your driving factor. You need to get out of this mindset. And the energy is also saying that you will, okay? But this is really something that the universe is asking that you focus on. So kind of now with the Nine of Swords. Swords is talking about you're really in a sense of anxiety. And I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, so it can be hard not to feel anxious. But sorry for the really bright light. I'm filming in front of a big window, so sometimes the sun's just blaring through. But I feel that you could be in a little bit of a dark place, and you could have anxiety or depression, and there's a lot going on in the world right now, so it can feel really heavy. But the universe wants you to realize that you're so much greatness. There's so much greatness in you, and that you're not using it. And the Nine of Swords also talks about, in these senses of feeling depressed or having anxiety, really spending time with the people that you love is gonna really help. And I think something that's gonna be really important to you, is because you feel so overwhelmed, it's gonna be really crucial that you identify all the people in your life and see who might be causing some of these overwhelming feelings, or what situations, because if you let those go, I think it will really help you kind of figure out more of your path, because I think you really want to figure out your path. And I think deep down you have an urge that that you're meant to do great things, but you don't believe that you can. So let's see what your oracle cards have to say more about your situation. The courageous peony. Yeah. So let yourself be seen. Okay. So again, the greatness, you're not showing it, and it needs to be seen because you're unique and you're going to bring something really amazing. So it's time to start letting go of the hurt and the people who don't serve you, because you're going to bring something really great. So Earth, yeah. So learning to be human in a world but not of it. So possibly what could be causing your anxiety is social media. With everything that's going on right now, it can be difficult not to be on social media. We want to stay informed, but it's important to learn how to live in society without becoming it. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with social media, but if that's something that is causing your anxiety, if that's a situation that's causing your anxiety, you need to be aware of that you need to be aware that that's a trigger. And so you need to learn how to balance it out so that it's not overpowering, because that could be causing some of the negative feelings that you're having. Yeah, powerful places. Okay, so you need to maybe figure out a little bit more of a grounding practice. So meditation will really help with the anxiety and things that you're feeling, and that could really help with figuring out the path that you want to be on, right? And the path that you're destined to be on, because you are, okay? Like, you so are. I'm definitely seeing that. You just need to move on from the negativity that brings you down, okay? So don't let pride get in your way, okay? So make sure that you're always staying humble, because in a world like ours right now, all the world needs is compassion. So make sure that you're always staying humble and compassionate and understanding people's sides. So it's like, if there is people in your life who are toxic and who are bringing down your energy, try to understand from their perspective, right? But that doesn't mean that you keep them in your life. Just stay humbled, stay grounded, okay? A time for healing. Okay, so this is a time to really heal, especially with all the emotional things that you're going through. A time of hibernation is upon us, right? Because with the months almost coming to an end, depending on where you live in the world, but just in general, like, this is a time of year of kind of hibernation, right? And preparing for regrowth. And so this is a perfect time to start healing, to start figuring out what is negatively impacting you and start releasing it. Once you identify what is impacting you, you can do shadow work, which will allow you to let it go, to release it, to be able to move on. Because once you do, you're going to figure out this part of yourself that you didn't even know, okay? And you're going to do amazing things. And your hard work is paying off. So the stuff that you've already been working on, like, keep going, okay? This is just a sign that your hard work is going to pay off in it. Your hard work will pay off. And the work that you're already doing is paying off, because I know that it feels like this is telling you that you're not doing anything right. And that's not true. You're already doing so much work. But you need to start healing yourself, because ultimately you're the most important, okay? Effortlessly. So you effortlessly can do things, okay? You're gifted, okay? So your purpose, this is what you need to figure out, and maybe you already have a sense of this. Take it as it resonates, but purpose, figure out more purposeful things in your life, okay? Figure out your purpose, whatever resonates. Flexible, okay? Be flexible with things. Things are not always as they seem. That's always been one of my favorites, because it really is the truth. You need to be flexible. So if you're starting to build these dreams, or you're starting to figure all this out, be flexible with what might come forward or what might be the case, because you never know. Everything is not what it seems. So be flexible. And desire, okay? Manifest, okay? Like, if you're starting to have these dreams and these ideas and these visions, then it's time to start manifesting that. It's okay to want things, okay? So I just want to say that I know this message may seem like it's a little daunting, right? It's a lot to have to deal with. It feels overwhelming, but I want you to understand what is here is telling you that you're going through a lot of hard times right now, but it's not forever, and you're meant to do amazing things. And so it's time to stop. It's time to let your light shine, okay? It's time to figure out who you are and what you want to do, and not let the world control you, but you be part of the world, okay? So let's look at your self-care cards. You had a lot of self-care cards. So this will be important because these cards will tell you everything that you can do to help ground yourself, to help heal yourself, right? Like, so let's see what we got here. So we got connect with crystals, okay? So whatever that means to you, spend more time with your crystals. If you don't have any, go out and buy one that speaks to you. Research, however your intuition is pushing you, it will be important to connect with crystals. Massage, okay? This doesn't need to be a professional massage. Okay, so yeah, that's that with massage. So take that as it resonates. Next card is meditate. Okay, so it's going to be really important that you meditate and you ground yourself so that you can heal. Okay, because there's a lot of emotional things that you're going to be working through, so you need to make sure that you're meditating, you're healing, and this will also help you identify more of how you can build out your ideas and your plans and figure out more of your purpose. Okay. The next one is use your hands, okay? And this could mean all kinds of different art forms. So take it as it resonates. Could be baking, could be cooking, could be things like pottery, could be making candles, could be really any way using your hands. It doesn't even have to be just making things. It can be creating any type of art. So just creating, okay? Using your hands to create something. So do that more often, however that resonates. Energy work. Okay, so paying attention to your chakras. So if you don't know that much about energy work, I definitely recommending Googling and YouTubing some different ideas, because there's lots of different types of energy work out there, but it could be as simple as cleansing your space, with sage, or doing things like chakra meditation. So do some research and see what really resonates with you, okay? And then the last thing is to make a vision board. So I think this is actually a really important thing. If you do have a goal or idea or dream in mind, and it's at the very beginning stages or wherever it's at, you have this great potential, okay? So you know that. So make a vision board, make it visual for you, because making it visual make it feel more realistic, right? Like it's actually a goal, like it's actually something you're working towards, because you have this ability to be great, okay? And the universe is asking you to do that. But take some time to heal. Take some time to focus on your self-care and start dreaming that dream into reality, right? Start manifesting. So this is your reading. I hope it resonated. Please leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.